Welcome to Cheap Ass Gamer episode 4. This week we're taking a look at something quite different. Rather than go for another FPS, I decided to go for Savage: The Battle for Newerth, which developers call a real-time strategy shooter. What you're seeing now looks like a first-person shooter, or third-person action game. That's because for the majority of players it actually is. However, each team has a commander who views the action from high in the sky, and has a real-time strategy interface. The commander orders units around and places blueprints for building, and chooses what to research, as well as controls a few NPCs. Simply put, for the commanders it's like playing Warcraft, but with all the units having free will and personality of their own as they are actual people. Now, each player gets to choose what equipment to take with him and what unit to spawn as. This all costs the individual player gold, but should he not have enough, he can choose to request gold from the team supply, which can be approved or disapproved by the commander. Once spawned, players can kill critters for experience, gold, and additional ammo. They can mine resources for the team's supplies, they can build or repair friendly structures by melee attacking them, and they can attack the enemies. Of course, they can do all this of their own free will, but once commanded to do something, it's usually in their best interest to actually follow their orders, lest the commander's strategy fails because some stubborn units decided to do their own thing. The game relies heavily on teamwork, mainly controlled by the commander himself. In fact, the commander will likely mean the difference between victory or defeat, although each unit's individual skill matters greatly too, as no strategy will work if players just keep getting themselves killed. The overall goal of a game is to destroy the opposing team's stronghold, which is basically the biggest structure in their base. The teams consist of humans and beasts. The human team uses technology to defeat the beasts, and the beasts use magic. Overall, this is a very original and very good game, but it's not without its flaws. The FPS interface feels lacking in many ways. It's not as smooth as, let's say, Unreal Tournament or Quake 3. Also, even though the game has guns, ammo is ridiculously low, and all conflicts will eventually end up in melee fights. But even with those flaws, this game is great, and certainly worth a try. It's worth pointing out that this game used to be commercial, but was re-released for free to hype up the sequel. Now, to rate the game, low spec, 4 out of 5. It's on a proprietary engine, so I can't say that if you can run Quake 3 this should work, but the requirements can't be much different. Overall, 3.5 out of 5. I actually want to give this game 5 out of 5, but with the first-person shooting and melee interface the way it is, I feel it's a bit too flawed for that. The sequel claims to have fixed these, but I'm a cheap-ass gamer and can't afford it yet. Anyway, I really do suggest this game. Even though the overall rating is somewhat lower than the other games I reviewed, it's really worth a try just because the idea itself is so great.